Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome, as Kennedy. Good to see you. Let's get back into some JB Harold. So, I decided last time I'm just going to use the guide, because the game will put you in a dead man walking state immediately, and you might have to go back multiple saves to fix it. So, yeah, you know. How's it going, Gara? Order new RAM. Ah. Oh, blue screens are bad, yeah.
God, am I tired. Morning.
You look like you went a bit wild last night.
Yeah, well, who's asking you?
Did you release this information?
Now, those guys are good at making up stories. Watch out, they don't quote you wrong.
Alright, let's ask about Julia.
I asked her about Rich's alibi on the 8th again.
What'd she say?
She said she wasn't with Rich from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Now, that's
So she admitted to lying to cover his ass.
Story like that without it being sweated out of her.
She told me Rich asked her to lie. She also said she saw Catherine in his office on the morning of the 8th.
I see.
You don't trust her, do you?
I can't trust a bitch like that.
Wow!
Change his story so quick.
This guy!
I went to bar again before I went to the hotel last night. Saw Cindy.
Oh, two of your RAM
by
sticks are
accident.
bad? Yeah,
By
that's rough.
accident, huh?
Cindy said Catherine was totally.
This guy's a
engrossed in
total
article.
asshole.
The glorious life of Bryce Rich, huh? I never fought a losing battle. Jesus Christ. You know, I'm wondering what brought your girl here to Chicago. I mean, what was she doing, hanging around people connected with Angie for?
Who the hell is this?
Oh, pal, you better have a damn good reason for busting in here like this.
So you the dicks handling the Angie Hart case, or what? Come on, fess up.
What the
Sounds like
fuck?
he's looking for us. What do you want?
You the fucking losers?
Oh my god, this
Ted
game.
Rosen, J.B. Harold. Now, if you want an interview or some goddamn pictures, you better talk to our boss.
Man, hold up. I didn't come down here to take any fucking pictures, all right? I don't waste my film on dicks like you anyhow.
Dicks, who are you, asshole?
Holy shit. I don't waste my picture on penises like you. Oh, alright, man. Yeah, alright. Sure. Who the
What
fuck
do
are
you
you?
want?
What I want is I want to know why you haven't busted Rich yet. I tipped y'all so you could take him down. What's up?
Are you the one who reported seeing Angie in Rich's car?
Yeah, that's right. So what you gonna do?
Sure. I don't think you can just wander into
Before
a
that, why
police
don't you
office
introduce
like
yourself?
this, calling everybody
I'm
dicks.
Arnold Phoenix, freelance photographer. You want to check my identity?
Are you an athlete or something? You look pretty solid.
Yeah, I used to be. I played in the NBA for a while. You want an autograph?
Yeah, well,
You
why
play
don't change
basketball?
jobs?
Yeah, you
3
know I
years
do.
ago.
Have you known Rich and Angie long?
Yeah, I known him for a long time. I photographed Rich for a couple of magazine interviews. And I know Angie, too.
Yeah, well, did you take her photograph as well?
Oh, I guess
Yeah,
they
that's
are
right.
dicks
I
if they're
scoped her on
private
the street
dicks.
one day, rolled up on her, asked her if I could take a couple of shots. She said, cool.
Maybe that's what he
Took them and
meant.
sent them into Babe. You know the magazine?
Babe?
What's Babe?
Babe, you know, it's a trashy magazine. A lot of photos of fine females in it. Guys write in and get the profiles and the models they got a hard on for.
It's like
Oh,
a younger
okay.
version of Playmate, right?
Exactly.
When did Angie's photograph?
There was some talk about a
appear in this
prostitution ring
Last month.
earlier.
Did she get a lot of letters from readers?
Hell yeah, man. She was fun. I heard she was the most popular model ever. Yeah, I'm sure that's her. I know it. I photographed the bitch, okay?
You're
Holy
sure?
Yeah,
God,
I'm
these-
sure. Look, y'all gotta understand something. This motherfucker is pure evil. Ain't no thing for a cowboy like Rich to whack a little girl.
I don't think I expected this dialogue from this game when we started this. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, Catherine White? I bet he dusted her too. Ain't this a motherfucker? He's out here doing anything he fucking wants, and y'all two sitting around here
There's
jerking
so
off
many
with me.
fucks being dropped. God damn. Oh, Sega Saturn. Alright, well. That's all we gotta do here, apparently. So we're gonna go back to the Hart residence.
So
Angie's
JB,
house.
where we going next?
Oh, it's you.
Look, sorry to bother you, but could we ask you a few more questions?
How are you feeling?
Better. I'm okay. Come in. How's the investigation proceeding? Have you got any clues?
Angie was reported to be seen with Bryce Rich in his car.
You can't just
the
say
day she was
Frick.
killed.
Right?
Have you ever heard his name?
Like, if you say
Bryce
Frick,
Rich.
your mom's gonna put you in the corner.
No, I've never heard of him.
What's next? Murder? Come on.
Is Mr. Hart out now?
He's doing some shopping. Should be back soon. I don't know. I don't know.
Well.
According to Angie's teacher, Angie's grades were down lately and she seemed to be having some problems. I'm wondering if you had noticed anything unusual with her. If you have something on your mind, please tell us, Mrs. Hart.
Here. Angie gave this to me for my birthday about 2 weeks ago.
If that's a natural stone, I'd say that's a bit too expensive for a high school student to buy.
Yes, I thought so too. I asked Angie how she could buy such an expensive ring, but Angie got mad at me, saying I should have at least have appreciated it. She wouldn't say how she got it.
Do you mind if we take this ring back to the station? and have
Cereal
it checked?
box.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I
It makes sense if you think
haven't
about it.
mentioned this to my husband, so please keep it secret.
Oh, you guys are here.
Oh, the dicks are here.
Melanie, are you okay?
Yes, I'm all right, dear.
Any progress?
They say Angie was seen in the car of a man named Bryce Rich.
Then this man killed Angie.
We don't know yet.
It's almost like
Possibility.
there's too many
This man.
fingers
Oh my
pointing
God.
towards this Bryce, even though it
What's the
seems
matter?
pretty obvious Bryce
I
did it.
just feel dizzy.
Okay, don't.
So it's gotta be a red herring.
Look, she
Unless
hasn't
it
been
isn't.
killed yet. Could you guys please leave?
What if it isn't a red herring? Did we think about that? What's the resolution on these? 50p? They're pretty low. Yeah. Maybe 120p?
So JB, where we going next?
Sometimes a still image, you know. Alright, so then we need to go to BR. Talk to Bryce again. These were shot in higher quality on the Laserdisc version.
Yeah, we'd like to see Mr.
But
Rich.
yeah, they had to compress the
I'm
shit out
sorry,
of them
he's
for
out.
Sega Saturn.
Where is he?
Well,
You don't know?
I'm sorry, I don't.
But you're the secretary, how do you not know? What?
We're investigating the murder of a high school student. Can you check his schedule for the 8th?
I'm sorry, I can't.
What do you mean you can't? You're a secretary, aren't you? You're supposed to know those things.
I don't know. I just started here yesterday.
What happened to
What?
the former secretary?
I heard she quit. Anyway, I never met her.
Suspicious. This game's
Do you have
full
any
of
idea where
assholes.
he's gone?
Yeah, you're all assholes.
I think he went to pick up his car.
You know
That's
who's
what
not
he
an
told me.
asshole?
He said he'd be back by
The
4.
hot dog guy.
Where does he have his car serviced?
Let's
That dude
see, it's-
loves getting asked
Come
about
on, think
cocaine.
a little harder, sweetheart.
Well, they called here. That's when he left.
Okay, good. Where to? Come on, speak.
Auto Repair 25, something like that.
I know that. It's on the loop.
I don't know. I've never met her before, but she looks familiar.
Where'd you see her?
I can't remember. I don't know her.
Alright, we're done here. So let's go back to the model agency.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Oh yeah, shoutouts to it being freaking 80 degrees in Seattle today. I was thinking about digging out the box fan, but this game's so quiet. I didn't want a fan noise in the background the whole time, so I'm suffering.
Hey, where are you going?
Let's ask the girl some questions, man. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, what is it?
We're with the police. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Police?
Hey, look, you're scaring these beautiful young ladies, huh? Will you let me handle it?
Why'd you need to call them beautiful young? You could have just said. Anyway, it was the 90s.
Hey, are either of you girls friends with
Install
Julia
portable AC
Fortis?
tonight. I
I don't
should
think
just.
we're friends. I mean, she is a lot
I should
older
give
than
in
us,
and get a portable
She's
AC
done a lot of
unit.
work. I mean, she's pretty much the
I'm
big
too
model in
stubborn.
our agency.
Hey, well, maybe she's the big model now, but you girls are tomorrow's stars, right?
Well, we hope so.
Hey, everybody's got a chance.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, if you consider the fact that Julia used to belong to a third-grade agency like Urban Models, I still think we have a good chance.
Dual hose.
Well, you
I'll
telling
keep
me
that in
that
mind.
she
Yeah.
had to work to get where she is? She just didn't rise to stardom with a single click of the shutter?
And that's right. She proved it even a centerfold pinup girl can become a big star if she can get the chance to prove herself.
Ain't that true? If you sell your soul to the devil to get what you want, like Julia has.
I won't
That's
prostitute
true.
myself for any job.
Yeah, so that's what I was suspicious of what Julia had done. This is still just rumors at this point, but
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Sounds like McShannon has a pretty high opinion of Julia.
Yeah, well, Julia owes all her success to Paige.
Paige is like our mom. She's also our teacher. She's trained a lot of supermodels.
Yeah, I wish she'd push us like that, but I guess she's just too busy.
She's hardly in her office. She's even out now.
that was the lady we talked to earlier, I think.
Have you ever heard anything about the president of the BR company?
Oh, yeah, of course we have. He's famous and infamous.
What do you mean?
Well, he's generous when it comes to money, but he screws everything that moves.
Rachel.
Oh. He sticks his penis in everything. Oh. Weird.
We're investigating the murder of a high school student, Angie Hart.
Oh, was she a model or something?
No.
I want to stay away from shit like that.
Oh, that makes that makes sense, Kennedy. I think
What?
my windows are
Hey,
really
isn't
weird
that
here,
the
so
one
I'd also have
Paige
to
brought
get
by
some
here a
like
while ago?
weird divider
Did you see her?
I think
to
so.
block out the window
but,
for it.
I'm not sure.
Guy who looks like Patrick Bateman,
Never
an
met him.
asshole who wants to fuck everything? No. What? No. What? Anyway. Using crack
So,
and
JB,
cocaine
where are we going next?
to get high. Alright, so we're gonna go to the Height, which I think is supposed to be the Hyatt in the original Japanese. But they changed it for some reason.
Yo, Ted.
Oh, Joe, man, what's up?
You still a cop?
Yeah, I'm
still cop?
surviving.
Yeah!
Who are you?
Punch in
Never
the
thought you'd
face.
sober up and get a job.
Oh, shit, I'm a decent worker, you know, unlike you. Anyway, what's up today? Investigation?
Yeah.
Do you need my help?
Just a guy. All right.
I don't know.
Real helpful, bud.
Yeah, do you know this model, Julia Fortis, lives here?
Sure do. She's a fox.
Yeah? She get
That's
much
not what I
company?
asked.
Rarely.
Said
What
you
about
know her.
men?
Well, I've never seen her come
You
back
weird
with a man.
pervert man.
I don't believe it.
Well, if you don't believe it, don't. Anyway, I've never seen it. Ever. But
But what?
there is one. Her old man.
Her old man?
Yeah, her father comes by every now and then begging for money. Slimy guy. He never leaves without money. And what's worse, he's a sloppy drunk.
I know a sloppy drunk. That's me. Wait a minute. That's that guy.
I
Our
don't know.
partner.
Yeah, we're investigating the murder of Angie Hart.
Yeah, read about that in the newspaper.
Thank you.
I know her.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. About 2 weeks ago, she came and left a bunch of flowers for Julia at the front desk.
She brought
Okay, so
flowers
she
for
definitely
Julia?
knew Julia.
Yeah, I thought she might be her fan. You know, there are folks like that.
And 2
Yeah,
weeks
don't
ago
tell
is
me
when
what's
she
her.
also bought the
Really?
ring. Or at least got the ring for her mother.
Never met her.
Alright, well this guy's not super useful.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Next is urban models.
Chicago Police Department. Got some questions to ask you.
Police? Geez, sounds scary.
God, back in the
Sure,
day,
pull up a chair.
you could just sit in your office, feet up, smoking a cigar, reading a Playboy,
We'd like you to tell us about Julia Fortis. We understand
leaving
she's
your
with this
coffee
agency.
out for
Julia.
10 to 12 hours before drinking it. You know, just guy stuff. I don't know what work this guy's doing, but it's not much.
When did you represent her?
It was about 4 years ago. And she was with me for 2 years.
Who did she work for mostly?
Mostly? Centerfolds, pinups, trashy magazines. You know, I never dreamed she would have been so successful. She was just damn lucky.
Was she a model before she came to your agency?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, she was with this slimy leech who was taking advantage of her.
Okay.
You know, she begged me for a job. I mean, she would do anything she could. If it paid the bucks, she'd go for it.
Yo, what happened to the slimy leech?
He died.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
And you know, right after he died, luck just flew into her life.
Did she get him murdered? What happened?
What's the reputation of Beauty Vogue in this field?
That was only like 2
Paige?
weeks ago, though.
Well, she's one hell of a wheeler dealer. And let me tell you, when it comes to raising the pay of her models, there's none like her. Of course, she has the greatest models, and she charges the most for them, too.
Have you ever worked for BR Company?
Of course not. I don't have a lot of big clients. You know, back then I tried to push Julia on them. But it didn't work.
Huh. Well then why is Julia with...
I don't know.
Sure.
We are investigating the murder of a high school student named Angie Hart.
Listen, I don't get involved in risky businesses. And I don't know anything about a murder, okay? There's no way.
So what do you know about the murder? My man.
No, I don't know her.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now she's my type.
That's not what I asked. She's been murdered. She is a detective. You fucking weirdo. Okay, moving on. God damn. Alright, next is a sports dreamer.
Hey, want a bite? It's not bad.
You want to eat the same sandwich as me while I eat that sandwich? Then we can meet in the middle and smooch? Hey, JP, where we going? Alright, man. Fuck. It'll be like Lady and the Tramp.
Just a minute. Hi, can I help you? What kind of sports you into? We got a wide variety of selections. We got baseball, football, basketball, wrestling, hockey. Oh, I should add, we're also into sumo.
Sumo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Not
sports.
buying anything. We're detectives. Is Arnold Phoenix around?
Arnold, he's gone already.
Gone where?
Where's Phoenix gone?
I don't know. He rushed out of here in a fluster saying he had this incredibly big story. He exaggerates everything. But he did say he'd get in contact with you guys later.
What do you sell here?
We're selling dreams.
We sell sports.
We sell fictionalized contracts with pro sports teams for the customer under the condition they want. They not only get contracts, we give them press releases and newspaper articles praising their abilities.
You what? You sell lies? Sports lies? What the? What?
Have you known Phoenix a long time?
This doesn't seem like
he's
a
on high school
sustainable
buddy.
business.
He was really depressed when he injured his leg and had to retire. But he's been doing very good since he started taking photographs.
Does he help you too?
Every now and then. Hey, what's going on today, guys? He bothered you about Bryce Rich, right?
Does he ever mention why he hates Rich so badly?
I don't know, but he hates the guy like hell. He never opens his mouth without saying that goddamn Rich is scum.
This is the photographer that came into our office saying, motherfuck this, motherfuck that. What?
We're investigating the murder of a high school student named Angie Hart.
Hey, guys, I don't want no problems with the police. Arnold's my buddy, but I don't want nothing risky.
Oh, okay. Is that a no? Alright, man. I'm out of here then. Sure.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Have you seen this photo before? Well, anyway.
Where the hell's goddamn Rich gone?
Can I do for you?
You chewing gum?
We're detectives. Can we talk?
Tobacco, more likely?
Yeah?
Huh.
I don't know.
I don't know shit about Melanie. What about Cindy?
I don't know.
cool.
I heard the president of BR Company had his car fixed here.
Yeah, he was a bitch too, man. That guy's a jerk. So he's rushing us around.
Yeah, where's his car?
Picked it up.
I see. What part did you fix?
I pulled a dent out of the body and recovered the seat.
Recovered the seat?
Recovered the seat.
Yeah. It was all cut up or something. I don't know.
When
So
did
there
he
was
bring it in here?
blood on the seat and he cut it out.
Brought it in the morning of the 9th.
Interesting.
Have you heard about the
That was
murder
the
of
day
Angie
after
Hart,
the
a
murder
high school
happened.
student?
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's when they found dead up at the planetarium, huh? You know, I heard some female detective did that. One of your buddies, huh? If I say something wrong?
Yeah, you did.
I just heard she loves murder.
You know, man, that reminds me when Rich was in here reading the paper.
Just say it, man.
When was that?
The day he got his car fixed. He came in and there was a guy reading the paper and he snatched it out of his hands. Got all serious about it, you know? I figured maybe he knew the chick or something. I made a joke about it. I said, what, that's the chick you've been hot with? And he just flipped out, man, started yelling at me.
Well, that's awfully suspicious.
Nah, man, I don't know her. Nah, I'd never forget a fox like that, man.
Everybody wants to bang this cop girl, this cop detective that's dead. I don't, what, why? Anyway.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Alright, so next we're gonna go back to the police department and look at her evidence, I guess. I don't think we ever checked forensics either. Interesting. Oh, ow. Alright, we already looked at all this. I never looked at the planner. November 5th through 9th are torn out. Interesting.
Results will be input into the terminal computer first thing tomorrow morning. You can look at your computer for the data.
Sure. So now we just need to kill time until 3 o'clock. And then something happens.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Or at least something opens up. I think that means that we can go back to the planetarium and ask our favorite guy about hot dogs.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Gotta get that frame perfect cocaine question to the hot dog guy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. So now in theory we should be able to go to the high school.
So, JB, where are we going next?
I think talk to the teacher again. Oh, this
Good
is somebody
afternoon.
else.
I'm J.B.
Principal?
Harold, Liberty Town Police Department. This is Detective Ted Rosen, Chicago PD Homicide Division.
I'm Mr. Rivers. Nice to meet you. Sayer told me you wanted to know about the counseling I had with Angie. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Could you tell us about
Oh,
it?
the counselor. Okay. Gotcha.
I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know.
Very helpful, thank you.
The relationship with her parents was difficult. She said she wasn't loved and she shouldn't have been born.
How did you respond to that?
Oh, that's just teenagers.
Angie was young. I mean, in the middle of adolescence.
Yeah.
It's the most enjoyable time in life, people say, but it's a time of transition as well. It's a time where they're desperately searching for their own identity. They just don't know who they are. I told her most kids at her age had experienced that at one time or another.
Can you think of any information that might
Good thing
help us
after our teens,
can't
we
think of
definitely
anything
figure out what to
significant.
do with our lives and
I'm just
what we are
shocked.
and what we want.
It's a terrible thing to happen to her. I don't think her problems had anything to do with this case, but I just wish I could have worked harder to help her out. Angie was very sensitive. I don't know her.
Alright, we need to kill a little bit of time till 4.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Which of course means we're ready to talk to Hot Dog Guy.
I don't know.
Thanks, Hot Dog Guy. Alright, let's get out of here.
Hey, want a piece? It's not bad. Hey, look. There's James Hart. Hey, he's in a hurry. Hey, he's getting in that taxi. Hey, let's tail him. What do you say?
Hey, you want to eat this pizza on both sides till we
Well,
smooch?
well,
No?
he's
Alright,
going
we
into
gotta
that
tail this
building.
guy. My bad.
What the hell's he doing? What's taking that guy so long? Let's go take a look.
Pardon me, can I help you?
Yeah. There was a man in here.
Oh, you must be talking about Hart.
Yes.
He's the father of Red Shoes. He was here a while ago.
The father
Red
of who?
Shoes.
I'm sorry, who?
Where has he gone?
He left through the back door.
Maybe she means the woman in the red dress who died, his daughter?
What's this office?
Bloody Mary?
Bloody Mary?
Oh.
Yes. It's a members association, and I'm the chairperson, Lily Alden.
Private club, huh? Well, what do you people do in this here Bloody Mary?
Well, the purpose of our organization is to express ourselves and share the feelings with others through writing.
Pardon?
Well, in other words, members write stories and present them to other members and get their opinions.
James did say he was a writer.
James Hart belong to this club?
No, it was his first time here. He's the father of Red Shoes.
What does that
What do you
mean?
by red shoes?
Well, every member has a pen name, and the birth name of Red Shoes is Angie Hart.
Okay. That makes sense.
What was Hart doing here?
Well, I contacted him, and I asked him to come and pick up a story that Red Shoes had written.
How come he didn't leave the way he came in then?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Did you hear about the murder?
Of course I did. It was on the television and the newspaper. I remember her, Red Shoes. She came here every Monday, but she didn't make it here on the 8th.
Because that's when she died. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know Red Shoes. She joined the club 6 months ago.
What kind of stories did she write?
Passionate, tense, and romantic stories. They were becoming to her personality. She also wrote mysterious, intense detective stories. You know, everybody loved her work.
Interesting.
No,
So, like,
she doesn't belong to our club.
there's a theory that James was jealous that his own daughter was getting more recognition for her writing than he was. Maybe?
So, JB, where are we going next?
Well, we have to kill time till 6, so... Hot dog guy closed down for the day. What the...
So, JB, where are we going next?
I'm getting suspicious about this Coney Island guy. I don't know.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Alright, so I'm just trying to kill time. There we go.
Let's go back to the office.
Hey, Ted, there you are.
Yo, Fred, what's up?
Look, an officer found these in a coin locker while on patrol. We think these are clothes Angie was wearing when she left the house.
What the hell's this thing? Oh. Hey, this is weird. Listen to this. A mob of sheep came to go through some wooden gates. I helped the sheep so they could make it, and I hugged a black sheep tightly. What the hell is this bullshit?
I don't know, it's not
What
my
is this,
opinion, but
fucking
it seems
words
like
on
one
a
of those
page?
diaries
Poetry?
She might have kept
What the fuck
record of
is
her dreams or something like that.
A record of her dreams?
Yeah, I kept one of those things. You know, I wake up in the morning and I write down the dream I just had.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. This is some Lord of the Rings shit? What is... God.
Do you think this is connected to the case?
No idea.
Looks like some souvenir from South America or something.
South America?
Huh. Maybe it's Pazuzu. If you think about that. She caught in the
Doesn't
demonic...
make any sense.
I tell you, dreams can tell you a lot. I bet if we have that diary analyzed, we can get some idea what was on Angie's mind.
The last entry was November 7th. You know, if we could get that diary checked out, it might tell us something. I can't deal with shit like that, though. Why don't you have that woman doc check it out?
Alright, so that means we gotta go back to the clinic.
Where to?
Wait. Where's the clinic again? Oh, right.
Hi, I've been waiting for you.
Hello. Sorry to bother you. I want to ask for your help.
I know. An analysis of Angie's diary, right? Rosen just called and said you were on your way.
I see. This is the diary.
Okay, be happy to do that.
How long do you think it will take you to finish?
I know you're in a hurry. I'll do it ASAP and let you know when it's done. Why don't you take a break? Have a seat.
One second. I guess we'll sit. I think this kills you
All right,
if
I
you
will.
choose the wrong answer.
Thank you.
So how's the investigation going? Any progress?
Well, not so bad.
What does that mean? Like, tell me, have you found any clues, anything that might help clear Catherine's name?
We found that Catherine visited some places related to Angie, such as Angie's house, Angie's father's office.
What? Why would she do such things?
I don't know. Well, I've got to go. Where to?
Alright. So now we gotta meet up with our partner back at the bar, I suppose. Probably. Oh no, that's the photographer.
Evening.
My man in blue. What's up?
You left us standing at your buddy's shop.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can I sit?
And?
Go ahead, man.
Oh, I do that all the time. Anyway.
I don't know.
Sounds like you got a big story, huh?
Yeah, well, I thought I might step by the precinct tomorrow and give you all a little gift.
And what would that be?
Nothing, just definite evidence that Rich did Angie Hart. I'll have it in no
shit.
time.
Don't beat around the bush. Tell me now.
Chill out. Be patient, babe. You're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow.
This guy's death flagging real bad.
Why are you so pissed off at Rich anyway?
He's a slimy sneak.
A slimy sneak?
Okay, he's a scumbag. I hate Rich far more than I hate cops. Also, he don't know a thing about design. All his designs, he's
Also,
cribbed
his
from other people's
fashion
work.
sucks.
I got a break, man.
All right, man.
Got an appointment.
All right. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
Word.
Also, he's got split ends. Oh,
Where to?
shit. My man. Alright, I think we're done for the day. That'll advance time.
Hello.
Yo, JB.
Oh, Mr. Taylor.
Listen, JB, we have found a case Catherine was in charge of involving other crimes.
What other crimes?
Forging birth certificates. She was investigating this
Hmm.
guy, and it's reported that she had inquired to the Chicago police several times about these criminals. JB,
So,
nagging
the
me.
company
She must have
forging
known something. I'll talk to you later.
sports certificates maybe
Bye.
also is forging birth certificates? Is that what I'm getting from this?
Hello.
What's the matter?
I surprised you, didn't I?
What's wrong? Something's happened that makes you feel you need to see a cop?
I'm so scared. I feel I'm being watched.
Watched. When did this begin?
I don't know. I just don't want to be alone tonight.
Tell me in detail.
Well, I mean, definitely gotta answer the phone. Could be telemarketers.
Hello.
Hi, Harold.
Yeah. What's the matter?
Well, Ted asked me to check out Rich's background and stuff, and the report just came back.
Where is Rosen?
He got a call from some guy named Phoenix, then he rushed out of the office. Ted told me to contact you.
I see.
Yeah, I found something that might help. Listen, Rich broke his leg and was in the hospital in '88. Guess what? The doctor in charge was Cindy's ex-husband, Michael Ebert.
Michael Ebert?
Yeah, and Ebert's been missing since he went to South America 2 years ago.
And there was a South American
In 81,
statuette.
Rich started his design business with a partner in Manhattan.
Weird.
But the partner vanished after that Black Monday in '87. Now Rich is the financier of Beauty Vogue. Somehow he's gotten ownership from the president. Anyway, I'll give you all the details tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks, Finch.
Oh. Sure, you can stay here, I guess. This isn't what I thought was gonna happen. Sure. Now, was she supposed to lift up her head,
I'll
or
be
was
back
that
this
the
weekend.
actor doing that?
I told Taylor I was taking a vacation. How come you haven't asked me anything? How come you haven't asked me why I'm going to Chicago? That's right. I told you not to ask. Good night.
Please save now. Okay. Alright, disc 2. Sure. So that should have swapped discs, if it did it properly. I wasn't able to test this, but we'll see if that works. It's worked with other games I've done this on, so there we go. Alright, chapter 3. I think this is the last chapter.
Well, well, this is a sweet surprise. What's happened?
You goddamn Fred trapped me.
Fred called me last night. Said a report on Bryce's personal data had come out.
Yeah, the shithead dumped all the data into this computer. That's why I'm sitting behind this fucking machine losing my fucking mind.
Why don't you have Fred do it?
Yeah, well, I wish I could, but that shithead isn't on duty today.
Fred told me 2 people related to Bryce are missing. Is that right?
Yeah, till yesterday.
What do you mean by it?
This man hunts and pecks for letters. Oh, man.
Okay, there it is. It's taken me all day to get this, baby.
http www.nfl.com. Taking me all day to get here. Fuck. Sure. Interesting. Highly suspicious.
Fuck, I hate that fucking machine. Fred, what a dickhead. Brings me this note. Ted, I set up a program to allow you to search for information regarding the people concerned and the data of criminal cases which are still unsolved. I think it'll be helpful in your investigation from now on. Don't give me that crap.
He's right, you know. It will be helpful in the investigation.
Yeah? Well, let him do it. Make my life easier. Ah.
Send me this
That's
message.
pretty good.
Open up Notepad. Type in the letters. What does that fucking mean? What's a computer? Jesus. Holy shit, man. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break here. So I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's continue with more J.B. Harold and Blue Chicago Blues for the Sega Saturn.
Fred mentioned Phoenix called you last night. What did he bring you?
Yeah, well, his source disappeared on him. He thinks Rich did it to cover his ass, and that we'd better nail the son of a bitch.
There he goes.
Hey, you saw Phoenix at the bar last night, didn't you?
Yeah, he told me Rich is stealing somebody's designs.
Yeah, well, I heard. Rich doesn't even do his own designs anymore. He either has his assistants do them, or just steals the stuff from other people's portfolios. There's this one guy who used to work for Rich, had a tape recording.
I heard Rich just uses ChatGPT.
Quiet about Rich using his design.
It looks like shit.
Guess what? This guy disappeared last night.
Disappeared?
Yeah, when Phoenix went over to his place, was all messed up. Wasn't any sign of the guy or the tape. That's when he called me, screaming that we better nail Rich.
But no proof, huh?
Nah. No, it's just Phoenix's damn imagination. I told him there wasn't a fucking thing we could do. At least not yet.
Phoenix's hunch. That was your specialty, wasn't it?
Shut up.
I've got new information regarding Catherine from Liberty Town Police.
What is it?
The last case Catherine was in charge of involved various crimes, including counterfeited birth certificates. She had called Chicago Police Department several times regarding these crimes.
Counterfeited birth certificates?
We'll be sweating blood before Rich shows his true colors.
Yeah, that bastard's gonna be a real son of a bitch to deal with.
Some of the dialogue. I'm still really surprised at how good the acting is.
What do you
in
think,
this.
Cindy?
The woman, Doc? I don't think
They
she
put
had
their
anything
heart
to
and
do
soul
with
into
case,
this thing.
But I don't like her. You can handle her better than I can. There's something about her ex-husband is bugging me.
Computer. Oh, this is new. Stab wound on chest. That's similar to the... at least one of the murders here. Hotels is interesting. Hotel laundry bag.
What are you looking for, man?
You happen to know what office Simon Osborne's in?
Simon Osborne? That old man retired. What do you want with him?
I need information from him regarding an unsolved case he dealt with.
You know, he's living on his pension. I dropped by his place once, so I know where it is. You want to stop by later?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I also want to eat that sandwich that you've been eating the whole game. Maybe a pizza. Genuine Ruby. I saw that magazine in Bryce's drawers. Yeah, interesting. Kevin Grady, who was murdered, yeah. Somebody has a mark on their right hand. Interesting. Okay. And then the only new thing here was Bryce's information. Okay. Interesting. I think we're done here on this computer thing.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Alright, so let's go ask James about the novel that he picked up. At the Bloody Mary.
Look, I guess nobody's home.
Yes?
So you are home.
Look, Melanie's not feeling well. If this isn't urgent, could you come back later?
Mr. Hart.
What?
Sure.
We want you to show us a story Angie wrote.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you. We're talking about Angie's story that you received from Bloody Mary.
Angie was called Red Shoes at the club. Look, there's a whole bunch of stuff your daughter didn't tell you.
All right, I admit she's a member of this club, but it's got nothing to do with her murder. Now, I'm not going to show you the story.
Okay,
What?
then tell us about its contents.
Anyway, it's got nothing to do with your case. Look, I want to keep this story in Angie's memory. You're not going to touch it.
Hmm.
In the afternoon of the day Angie was killed, Catherine White called on you at your office. Did you know that?
No.
Catherine was investigating a counterfeit birth certificate here in Chicago. Does this mean anything to you?
Counterfeit birth certificates? I don't know anything about that.
What about all the knives you be collecting? Huh?
I heard you collect knives.
I used to, not anymore.
Did you ever own a dagger?
Mr. Harold, I don't think I know what you mean. That woman, that friend of yours, the detective, she was found with a bag of cocaine and the knife that killed Angie. Now, how do you explain that? How does a clean living detective end up with things like that when she's supposed to be investigating criminal activity in Chicago, huh?
Freaking medieval
I'll tell you
dagger,
how.
huh?
You
And
don't give a
coke.
damn about finding Angie's killer. I really feel sorry for Angie. All the police care about is clearing your friend's name. And Angie. Go away. I'll tell you nothing.
That went well, I think.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Alright, let's talk to the gossipy neighbor, I guess.
Oh, hello, dear. I knew you were coming. You went up to the Hearts, didn't you?
Of course.
Melanie looked well today. That's good for her.
Pardon?
Oh, I saw her in her garden this morning. You know, it's been a long time since she tended her flowers. Yes, she said hi to me.
But James said that she wasn't feeling well when she was inside. Interesting.
Speaking of the Hearts, I remember something very interesting.
What is it?
Well, it happened just after they moved in, about 10 years ago. Angie was involved in a traffic accident on a nearby street, and it was so bad that she had to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Well, I happened to be around, so I went to the hospital with Melanie. Now, Angie needed a blood transfusion, and James came running over from his work, and both Melanie and James were absolutely frantic. They both wanted to give their blood. Well, it was the thin, petite Melanie who ended up donating her blood. James's blood type didn't match.
Because he's a vampire.
Well, it occurred to me that, well, you know, James isn't really Angie's father. Now, I know it's nothing but gossip, and I really shouldn't say such a silly thing.
Uh-huh, go on. But you're gonna say it anyway? Okay, thank you. Well, we should go to the hospital and ask about that.
Where are we going next?
Maybe Angie's birth certificate was forged for some reason? I don't know why. Huh.
Right. Got it. Okay, it sounds good. I'll call you later.
That is how blood types work, yeah. If you're a vampire, you can't
Dr.
give
Green?
blood. You drink it.
We'd like to ask you a
So,
few questions
you know.
about Michael Ebert, who used to work at this facility. Can we have a moment of your time?
Sure, anything I can do.
I've been informed you've known Michael Ebert a long time, since college.
Yes, he was quite an outstanding surgeon. Excellent. Except, well, he was a bit loose with money and women.
I assume you know Cindy White.
Oh, of course I do. She was Michael's junior at the medical school. They were very deeply in love when they first got married, but after a year, Michael started cheating on her. He was having an affair with a young woman doctor.
Is that the reason for the divorce?
Not exactly. Michael was also screwing around with money. It seems there was this patient of hers who developed serious complications after surgery. This was during the time that they were having their affair. Well, the patient's family sued for malpractice, and she was forced to pay quite a substantial sum. So Michael withdrew money from Cindy's account. without telling her to make up for it. And, well, shortly after that, they were getting a divorce.
Did Dr. Ebert continue to see this woman doctor after that?
No, they broke up. She quit her practice and returned to her hometown. Michael was totally devastated after Cindy left him. He started using drugs very heavily and, well, 6 months after the divorce came through, he quit his job and left.
Have you kept in touch with him since then?
No, but I did get a postcard from him.
Postcard?
Yes. It was from South America, or at least I believe it was from South America. He said that he was on a trip and had found a new job, and I'm afraid that's the last I heard from him. I don't know.
Do you remember Bryce Rich, one of Dr. Ebert's patients?
Bryce Rich. Yes, he was in the hospital while Michael was having all that difficulty with his divorce. It kind of seemed like they were getting along very well together. They were becoming friends. You know, I don't think Michael would really appreciate this. I think he'd be embarrassed, but I think he was borrowing money from Bryce.
So Bryce had something on him that he could leverage whenever he wanted. Okay. Not suspicious.
No, I don't think I know her. Oh, yes. She came to see me. Just like you, she was asking questions about Cindy and Michael.
Okay. We can go talk to Osborne now, I suppose. That was mentioned.
Shall we go to Cindy's clinic?
Should we go to Cindy's clinic? I don't know. I think I want to go talk to Osborne.
So what do you guys want from an old man?
Talk to him.
Well, sir, I need some information regarding the Kevin Grady murder case in 1975.
Kevin Grady.
The report said the assailant was Danny Jackson.
Danny Jackson. Yeah, I remember the case vividly. And the truth about the case is unknown.
What? What does that mean?
Kevin was a petty gangster. To me, it was just another skirmish or a fight involving some dope dealer or some shit like that. There were no clues. We couldn't get any clues.
The casual swearing in this game is very good.
Vanished.
Well, Kevin always hung around with these three punks. It was obvious they had something to do with the case, but there was nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, well, being a cop, you always run across tons of cases like that. You know who did it from the get-go, but you just can't nail the sumbitch, you know?
Yeah, you're telling me.
We're all looking for the guy who did this, says man in hot dog costume. The hot dog guy. Wait a minute.
I think he had a mother in poor health and a sister. Yes, Sister Maggie was one of those that vanished. Then his mother died in 7 years.
His sister
Hardly anyone
Maggie.
went to the funeral. It was terrible.
What were the names of the rest of Kevin's henchmen?
Well, let's see. There was Gordon and Alan, I think.
Kevin, Maggie, Gordon, and Alan.
JB, are these people connected to the case or what?
Yeah, she reminds me of someone. That looks like Maggie.
Yup.
That's Catherine White. She was a co-worker at JB's. She was killed on this case.
White?
Yeah. What's wrong, Osborne?
JB, you go back to the station and you look up everything involving Danny Jackson. He died in 75.
Interesting. All right, let's go.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Maybe now we should go to the clinic. Yeah, now let's go to the clinic.
Come on in. Have a seat. I'll have the analysis done soon. I was going to bring it to you this evening. Can you wait a while?
I want to ask you something.
What's the matter?
You knew about Bryce Rich, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
Is there any reason why you didn't tell us your ex-husband was a friend of Rich's?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop playing fucking innocent. You're hiding something, aren't you?
Oh my
I
god.
don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Could you tell us about Michael Ebert? Did you know that Michael was missing?
I divorced Michael 3 years ago. I haven't seen or heard from him since. I have no idea where he is or what he's doing.
Did you know that Bryce Rich was once a patient of Michael's?
Miss White, hello.
Susan, come in. What's wrong?
I'm not feeling very well, Miss
I
White.
love this like
Did you not
brick
sleep well
office
last night?
that she's in too.
Not at all.
I see. Why don't you go wait in the consultation room, okay?
A weird looking set.
I have a patient. Can you wait a while? I'll be right back.
Evidence. Oh my god.
What did you just do? I can't believe you just searched my office. You're suspicious of me, aren't you? I see. You count me amongst your suspects. Okay, go ahead. Search to your heart's content.
Sure.
Are you satisfied now?
Hey, look, we didn't mean to offend you, all right?
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. Listen, I've got patients to see. I will be by around 7 with the results of the analysis and to talk to you about Michael. Goodbye.
Okay, this is not the last chapter, by the way. There's one more after this.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Okay, so let's go back to the police station. We got new evidence that we were asked to look at by Osborne on the computer. That newfangled thing that you type on. Hate these fucking things. Now we have 2 new cases. One bullet stab. Anonymous letters said his body was buried. Interesting. A laundry sack, same as the previous, or same as the more recent murders? Well, at least the same as Kevin. And that's it. Interesting. Okay, do we have any new evidence? I did pick up something new, but...
Results will be input into the terminal computer first thing tomorrow morning. You can look at your computer for the data.
Okay. So, let's go back to Bloody Mary then.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Since
Before
James
she
won't
left
tell
Red
us about the
Shoes,
novel.
Angie wanted me to give this to you.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's the
Thank you
mother.
very much.
Hmm. Awfully suspicious.
Can I help you? Today's our meeting day. The members will be here soon.
Who was that? They just gave Angie stuff to, huh?
Who was that lady? What did you give to her?
Red Shoes left it with me.
She left it?
I got a letter in the mail from Red Shoes.
What, you got mail from Angie Hart?
Red Shoes wrote me a letter and said that she had a premonition about her death. Oh, my God. Red Shoes, I got your message.
Hey, look, just tell us straight, will ya? I don't understand what you're talking about. Just speak in plain English.
Here.
Dear Lily, could you please return this to Paige McShannon, the Vice President of Beauty Vogue Modeling, for me? Thanks. Red Shoes. What was in the package?
I don't know what was in the package. It's her secret. I am not going to open up her secret by myself.
Interesting. That means
Could
you gotta
you
go
tell
to
us about
Beauty
the
Vogue, I
story
guess,
Angie
and ask
wrote?
about that.
Red Shoes was killed before she presented the story to the club.
What was the title?
Kill Me.
What?
What?
So the title was Kill Me. I didn't know the contents.
I'm sorry, what?
Why don't we pop in at Beauty Vogue?
That's a hell of a title for a novel. You didn't think this was important information?
Come in. I'm sorry, I'm expecting company.
Yeah, well, we just came by to see the nice little package you got from Lily at the Bloody Mary.
What are you talking about?
Please tell us about Angie Hart. What did Angie return to you? I want you to show us the package. Where did you see Angie? If you don't say anything, I'll begin to wonder if you're hiding something.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if you really were in New York on the day Angie was killed.
I didn't kill Angie.
Yeah? Then who did?
I don't know.
Well, tell us what you do know.
Uh-huh.
2 models said they saw Angie here. Your relationship with Angie will come out if we take action.
I scouted her. As soon as I spotted her picture in Babe, I went to work. I got her telephone number from the magazine editor and I called her up. She answered the phone and she agreed to see me. As soon as I met her, I just knew that she had it all. I mean, she had star quality. I knew Bryce was going to be happy with my choice.
You introduced her to Bryce.
VR Company was looking for a new image model for next year. I thought Angie Hart would be just perfect for the image.
But that was
How did
Julie's
she
spot.
respond when you scouted her?
She was surprised, but she was happy. She said she wanted to sleep on it, but I had a feeling that we could go for it. So I gave her these. I sent them to her.
Oh, is this where she got the ring?
Some kind of present, huh?
Did Angie accept this?
I expected her to. I mean, it usually worked. But she was different.
But you forced her to take him anyway. How many times did you see Angie?
Twice, and that's it.
When was the second time?
On the last Friday.
With Bryce Rich. You set up that meeting, didn't you?
Yes, I did. But that's all I know. I had nothing else to do with that.
Huh. Well, that means we have more dirt on Bryce.
Rich. That son of a bitch. So, JB, where are we going next?
Let's go follow that lead.
Did somebody just pass by?
What? Okay.
You're full of shit, Rich.
Damn, she's good.
What the hell is this? You guys come here to insult me?
Yeah.
Explain why you didn't
pretty
tell
much.
us you'd been introduced to Angie Hart by Paige. Julia Fortis admitted she lied about your alibi on the 8th. Stop fooling with us, Rich. It's not in your best interest.
Is that what Julia said, huh?
That's so fucking funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure whatever Julia says must be the truth. Isn't that right, Mr. Harold? Please, gentlemen, sit down. So, Mr. Harold, who were you with last night? I suppose Julia would probably say anything you want her to, wouldn't she?
Hey, JB, what's this dickhead talking about?
I mean, you've got some nerve. Letting a woman involved with this case into your hotel room?
Oh my god.
Seems like a pretty unprofessional thing for a cop to do.
So is this a dead man walking stick because of that choice, or is this just him being an asshole, a hard ass?
Where were you from 5 to 8 p.m. on the 8th?
I was with a woman.
Who?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember her name. It was another one-night stand. You know what I mean.
Why did you have your car fixed?
I bumped into something in the parking lot. I thought I told you that.
And why did you have your seat reupholstered?
Yeah, that one's kind of a
Don't
big
remember.
deal, huh? I don't remember, huh? No.
I assume you know Michael Ebert,
Who is he?
the doctor in charge when you broke your leg. Rumor has it he borrowed some money from you.
I don't know. Maybe.
Why did you say you didn't know her?
Didn't want to be involved. I mean, that girl had the makings of a fine model. But I had nothing to do with her death. I mean, first of all, what would our company have to benefit from announcing that we were eyeing Angie Hart to be our new image model? And you can't blame me for wanting to cover ourselves from being involved in a scandal, can you?
Ugh, what a
whatever
slimy,
means
gross.
necessary, huh?
You're quite right.
The whole story surrounding you stinks. Too many people related to you are missing. Your old partner, the doctor, and the man who has a tape recording of you threatening a designer to keep silent.
Stop talking nonsense. I can't just pass over remarks like that. You make me out to be some sort of a criminal or something. You better be careful, Mr. Harold.
Oh, you're threatening me now? Oh. Listen here, bucko. This is police violence
Fucking
at its
killed Angie,
finest.
didn't you? You fucking killed her!
Okay, maybe that was a little extreme. Yeah.
Stupid people like to use muscle. Don't bother me with your goddamn investigation unless you have real evidence. I'm perfectly clean. And if you two keep sniffing around here, I'm gonna have to take real action.
Like what? Get your buddies at City Hall to pressure the police commissioner into stonewalling this investigation?
Wow,
You're
good
right.
idea.
At least you're learning.
If you're truly innocent, don't play dirty.
Got him. Now he'll think twice.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Anyway. I think that's technically all the important stuff we have to do today. Suppose we haven't gone back to the journal yet.
I don't have any more to say.
That solves that.
So, JB, where are we going next?
We already did all those. And all those. So at this point, we just need to kill time until what? 6 o'clock, probably? I think that's right. Alright, well, if we have time to kill...
I have nothing more to say.
Can't ask the hot dog guy anymore?
So, JB, where are we going next?
What? The hot dog guy? Fine. Maybe the nosy neighbor can kill time.
Melanie looked well today.
They give you a lot of time on this day.
I have nothing more to say.
So, JB, where are we going next?
That's right.
Melanie looked well today.
We're gonna ask you some questions. You've already answered it. We're gonna spend the next 6 hours asking you the same question until you break, ma'am. That's just what we do. Apparently, this is what you're actually supposed to do, is just do literally nothing until the day ends. So, here we are, I guess. Just killing it out here. Doing great detective work. You know, really spending those tax dollars well. Love to see it. Hello, yes, we're back. ask you some more questions. The same question. Maybe a new one. You know, cop stuff. All right, one more to do it.
Speaking of the hearts.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's go back to the office.
Job well done today.
Hi. I've been waiting for you. I've done the analysis of Angie's diary. Any progress?
Hey, who do you think we are?
I'm sorry about what happened earlier, the way I acted. I was too emotional.
No, they were being kind of assholes, actually. You're good.
So tell me about the results.
A mob of sheep were waiting to go through some wooden gates. Dad and I helped the sheep so that they could make it.
So
and
Dad
I
would be
hugged a
James.
black sheep tightly. In this case, sheep means the warm, good-natured part of Angie. Wooden gate suggests something that she got over that was an obstacle to her. And black sheep means something Angie's denied from her past.
Yeah, well, so what? The shit still doesn't make any sense.
That, like, James is not her father?
Mom led a bull into a room where I was, and it made a dash towards me. I was furious and climbed up the wall to protect myself. I didn't hurt. Instead, I was in the next room full of Feast.
Hey, I get it. The bull, right? Some kind of sex fantasy, huh?
What?
In this case, bull suggests her healthy animal instincts, suggesting that she'll be stronger. What she says, the bull dashed towards me and I was furious, this represents Angie's state of mind, that she couldn't control the anger that was just coming straight out of her. Climbing up the wall means she wanted to get away from the feelings that she just couldn't handle anymore. And Feast suggests broadening your horizons once you swallow it and get over yourself. In
Or
short,
it could be
seems
literal.
that Angie was unwilling to accept something from her past, and it was troubling her all the time. But she was struggling to make it through somehow.
Are there any hints or suggestions in the diary as to what her problems were?
Well, there was one word used frequently that did catch my attention. That word was glass key.
What does it mean?
Mom and Dad locked the door using a glass key. I found the key and tried to put it into the keyhole, but there was no keyhole. I looked for a door that matched the key all night long, but there was no such door. Now, this is only an example, but if Angie's parents had something to hide, knowing
they
that
do.
secret would have bothered her like hell. I would say it's possible.
So maybe they're hiding that they killed those people in the 70s and that she's actually Maggie's daughter that they stole or something, and then they forged her birth certificate? If I'm following the logic of the game? Something like that.
Could you tell us about Michael Ebert?
I really loved him. That's why I married him. But we messed up the relationship. Just remembering him is painful to me. I haven't met with him since we divorced. I can't believe he's missing. Is it true?
Looks that way.
Michael never talked about work at home, so I knew nothing about his work. I can't believe Bryce Rich was one of his patients.
Catherine must have known Michael Ebert, right?
Yes, I mean, she met him once at my wedding. What's Catherine's concern with Michael?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it makes me worry about it.
Okay, I've got to go.
I don't know.
Where to?
Let's go if we haven't talked to what is it, Julie all day since she stopped by our hotel room the night before.
Can we talk?
Yeah. Come in.
And
I want to ask you something.
What?
Everything going all right? Feel like you're still being watched? Why did you come to my room last night?
I've just gotten out of the shower. Let me get dressed.
That doesn't answer the question. Okay. A cool bird. What? Well, it's evidence of some kind, I guess. A red shoe? Wasn't Angie missing a shoe?
Want a drink?
No, I'm on duty.
I'll have one. The detective you work with.
Rosen, you mean?
I know him.
You met him before?
I wish Steve hadn't existed in my life. When Steve died, I felt I could start over again. I thought I could erase the memory of him. You checked things about me, didn't you? You should know that I was with a slimy guy who took me for all I was worth.
Yeah.
A cop shot him.
Was that white?
But I feel like he's still alive inside of me.
Huh.
When I saw that cop, the memories came back.
Rosen has no clue about it.
He doesn't know about me and Steve. Steve was a dirtbag. He was nothing but scum. I wanted to leave thousands of times. But I loved him. Okay, I got it.
What?
Don't drink too much, okay?
$2?
Who was it?
My only family.
$2?
He took advantage of me. When Bryce couldn't get anything more from me, he kicked me out. It's the same with Paige.
I heard Angie was a big fan of yours. She brought you flowers, didn't she?
I don't know. I swear, I don't remember things like that.
I want you to tell me everything you know. What are you hiding? I know you have something to do with this case.
Get out of here.
Tell me what's on your mind.
Go away. Catherine was trying to break open memories which shouldn't have been opened. That's why she was killed.
What the hell does that mean?
Just leave. Get out of here.
Go on, get. Like a
Where
cat or
to?
something. Alright, back to the bar, I guess. Seems to be the place to go.
Yo,
are.
What's up?
I got these from the identification unit after you left. These photos, they were developed from the roll of film that we found in Cindy's drawer. Rich, Melanie, James, Julia. It doesn't take a genius to figure out who took them. Hey, tomorrow's gonna be a big day, huh?
Sure.
Where to?
Back to the hotel. I bet if you don't answer the phone, it's also a dead man walking situation at some point. I wouldn't doubt it with this game. It was pretty rude about that.
Hello.
JB, how's it going?
Well, apparently this case is related to a murder case that occurred here in '75. Mr. Taylor, have you ever heard of Frank White?
Frank White? Yeah, he was Catherine's uncle. I heard that she became a detective because of him.
Uncle.
It seems like this background's getting a little complicated, JB.
Mr. Taylor, Catherine seemed to be investigating the people concerned with Angie.
JB, you have got to clear up this case with these clues she found.
Yes, sir.
JB, my parents are not happy about me being a detective. I mean, they still don't like it. I've had the same old argument over and over. And again yesterday. My brother was a cop, you know? But he was killed while on duty. So they're afraid that might happen to me. I'm just wondering what they're going to say when I announce I'm going to be marrying a detective.
Okay. On to the last chapter. Choice to kill. You okay, bud? All right, man.
What's wrong?
Funny guy.
I'm taking off the goddamn case.
Now
You're
just
what?
Fucking ass.
calm down. What's happened?
The fucking captain, he tells me we got 24 hours to narrow it down to a key suspect, or else we're off the case. It's an order from the fucking commissioner's office.
Hey!
What the fuck do you want, shithead?
Man, why you dissing me like that?
What's up? Have you found your source yet?
Nah, not yet.
Yeah, well, what the hell you doing here then?
Man, you know, you keep sweating me like this. I'm not gonna tell you all about the sweet surprise I brought down to you.
Yeah, well, what is it?
Well, I tailed Rich yesterday.
Yeah, you tailed him. Well, that's well done, Mr. Marlowe.
Well, somebody's got to do some investigating around here. Thought I might find something interesting.
Sure. I guess.
And did you?
Yeah, man. Check this out. Rich went up to the Height after work, and he met some middle-class, suburbia-looking guy in the lobby, and they rapped.
James.
Now, whatever they was talking about, they were dead serious. This white dude was way up in Rich's face, pissed off. I don't know what it was, but it was serious.
Yeah, well, who was this guy?
I don't know, some middle-class, suburbia-looking guy with glasses. Check it out.
A man with
Yeah,
glasses.
James, yeah.
It's Angie Hardsoul, man.
What? Y'all know they knew each other?
No way, man. This is right out of the fucking blue.
Well, I'll tell you something, man. I don't think this was their first rendezvous. I think Rich said something like, it's been a long time, or some shit like that.
Now, this is weird, man.
Been a long time since I met
Getting all
you.
tangled up in a web, huh? That's why y'all get the big bucks. So why don't you go make like cops and investigate?
Why don't you make like cops and get a fucking donut? I'm out. Love that guy.
Don't you think it's time we drill him?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, listen, I'm
Freezing?
gonna go bring him in. You grill him, you get it out of him, okay?
I thought we were drilling. Are we grilling now? Oh, shit. Alright. So, we're gonna interrogate all the suspects. One thing to point out before we roll into the end of the game here is this game does not have alternate endings. I don't know what the ending is. But supposedly there is not an alternate one. So whatever we get is what we get. Unlike some other FMV adventure games. Let's talk to James. Why the hell does he know Rich? Why didn't he tell us? And why is he not Angie's real, you know, biological father?
So have you found out who did it?
No. But we're getting very close to figuring out why Angie was murdered. Mr. Hart, there are a few things I'd like to ask you.
All right.
Why do you collect knives?
What is it?
Did you order them off of a 1-800 number at 1 a.m.? Listen, Brendan, don't be like me. Don't buy knives. Don't buy swords. Don't get a tattoo of that cow from that cheese.
I'm informed that
like.
you met Mr. Rich of the BR company yesterday, correct? What did you meet Rich for?
The truth is, I found his business card. It was in the pages of Angie's story that I was reading.
Interesting.
I don't know, it kind of nagged me, so I called the number.
That seems like a lie.
This Mr. Rich, he wanted to meet with me, so he suggested we meet at the Height. Actually, I was surprised to find out he was scouting Angie as a fashion model. She never said anything about that to us. Oh, and he's pretty annoyed at the police investigation, too. He's got nothing to do with this.
Uh-huh, for sure.
So he asked me to keep it a secret.
How did you respond? We had told you there was a possibility that Bryce Rich did it. I would say it's rather strange you did him a favor anyway. You've known him a long time, haven't you?
No, that's ridiculous. I've never met the guy before.
Uh-huh.
What kind of story was Angie writing?
I don't know, nothing particularly interesting. It was the same old story.
Did you find anything which might be related to the case?
No, nothing.
Mr. Hart, let me ask you something personal. Was Angie your real daughter? The story is you couldn't give blood when Angie had an accident 10 years ago.
Angie's my daughter. I don't care if we're not related by blood. She's my daughter.
No, I get that.
How did you meet your wife?
I was friends with her brother. I've known her since childhood.
What is her brother's name?
It's,
It's what? You didn't answer. Oh, man.
Have you seen this photograph before? The man in this photograph was a detective and was killed 17 years ago.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I have nothing to do with this.
I know that's not true. You're hiding something. I can't let you go before I get the truth.
I don't think
Mr.
you can just
Harold,
leave.
My childhood was miserable. You understand that? My parents were killed when I was little. But I've been devoted to my family. See, I've got this dream. Home sweet home, trust, love. But sometimes that reality is just a little too severe.
Melanie, the wife.
Where's my husband?
In another room. Mr. Hart is hiding something.
Did he tell you anything?
He said he wasn't Angie's real father. He also said he wanted to be devoted to his family, but he's sorry it didn't work out that way.
Oh, he's cheating. Okay.
Tell me, Mrs. Hart, who is Angie's father?
Oh my God. James.
Mrs. Hart, can we talk for a while?
Oh, why'd she enter again? What? Okay. Interesting.
This is Angie's diary. She implied in this diary that you and James had some secret. She sensed your secret and was suffering because of it. Mrs. Hart, can you tell me what it is?
No, apparently. Hold on.
This is Angie's.
Okay, she just doesn't answer. Weird.
I assume you've seen this photograph before. I found this photograph in Angie's room.
It's weird that, like,
These are you
characters
and your
just
husband
don't
when the
answer
two of you were
sometimes.
younger, right? Kevin Grady, the man standing between you, was found dead at Chicago Harbor in 1975. The detective in charge of the case told me Kevin had a sister named Maggie. She vanished before Kevin was found dead. If you happen to be that Maggie, then your husband is Alan Black, right? Tell me, Mrs. Hart, who in this photograph is Angie's father? Angie could have been murdered because of your former life. Please, Mrs. Hart, tell me the truth.
God, there's some good drama here, actually.
Gordon. Gordon Lewis.
Did you tell Angie about that? Do you know what happened to this man or where he is?
I don't know. Anything.
Why was Kevin Grady killed? Who killed him?
Kevin was... Oh, God. James knows everything. Angie was the victim of our...
Again, I don't think you can just leave. Well, okay. Anyway. Ma'am, this is a no smoking interrogation room.
What do you want from me?
I want you to tell me everything you know about the case. I found it in your room. It supposedly belongs to Angie Hart. Can you give me an explanation for this?
I don't know.
Related to Bryce Rich, huh? What relation are you to Rich? You came to my room a couple of days ago. Rich set it up too, right?
Yeah?
You said you hate asking people to do you favors as much as you hate being asked. Now I know it was a lie. You do whatever he wants. An obedient little puppet.
No, I'm not.
Really? Then why do you follow him?
I'm in his debt. So I just repaid him.
What obligation do you have?
Soon after I signed with Beauty Vogue, I was threatened by this guy that Steve used to hang around with. I used to do anything if it made a buck. The guy had a blue movie that I'd done before, and he threatened me, saying he could ruin my career as a fashion model. Bryce settled it for me. I owe my success to him. I mean, he saved me from being spoiled by a nasty scandal.
Are you saying you're paying him back by covering his murder?
Oh my god.
One of the doormen witnessed a woman in a red dress visiting
I mean, it
your
seems
room on the
likely
day
Rich
Angie
did
was
murders,
killed.
yes.
I don't know.
Been pretty obvious since
Can you
the start.
explain what the stain is on the carpet in your room?
I spilled coffee.
It's not coffee, Julia. You should know that. It's blood.
Oh my god.
Let me go.
Don't leave. I got more things to ask you.
Alright, maybe Rich will finally come clean and stop being a shitbag. Right? We can hope. You know, never know.
What do you want now?
I'm surprised you came here.
Well, my theory is you never turn your back on the enemy.
So we are your enemies, I presume.
It's a figure of speech, you know.
What were you doing last night?
I forgot. I think I've already told you, I'm not interested in the past. I'm concentrated on the future.
I don't keep notes.
What did you talk about with James Hart?
I don't know, I forgot.
Oh my god.
Have you known him long?
What?
This shitbag.
Wasn't the first time you met him, was it? I was informed that you lived
It's kind
in
of
Chicago
impressive how
before.
much of an ass he is.
When was that? Have you seen him? What's wrong, Mr. Rich?
This is ridiculous. I don't have time for your shitty little investigation. I'm leaving.
Because our progress in the investigation might break open memories you've kept locked up.
What?
I can't let you go before you tell me the truth.
So I guess the question is, did Julia do the murder? Did Bryce do the murder? Did they both do the murder? I don't think James is involved, but suspicious still. Especially with the knife.
If you need me to analyze Angie's diary, I'll take care of that later.
No, that's not what I want. I'd like to ask you about the case. Will you sit down?
I don't understand. What's going on? What's wrong with those?
These were developed from the film that we found in your drawer. I want you to explain why you took these photos.
I didn't. Catherine gave them to me. The film was hers.
Catherine did. When?
Well, let's see.
And you didn't want to give it to us for some reason? What? Weird.
What?
He's the one who introduced Angie to your clinic. You met Angie before she was killed. You knew her, but you didn't tell us that. And yet you offered us cooperation. I find it very strange, Cindy.
I don't think Cindy's a suspect.
I found this picture in Angie's room. This boy named Kevin was killed in '75. I met the detective in charge, and he told me to review the murder case of your father. Your
It's
father
involved
died
at
in a
least
narcotics
somewhat.
investigation in '75. They found the presumed assailant, but the truth has been hushed up.
I was only a kid when he was killed. I don't know anything about it. Nothing.
So would she have wanted to get revenge on the
I'm leaving.
family that killed her father,
Don't.
and that's why she killed Angie? Is
I
that the
want to
thought
ask you
here?
more.
What do you mean?
I need your cooperation, Cindy.
Hey, Mr. Harrell, here's that fax from Mr. Taylor over at Liberty PD.
What is it?
Things about the case Catherine was investigating.
What, that list of forged birth certificates, right?
Alan Black? That's James. Or no, that's not James. That's Angie's father. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go back through the list.
Can we hurry up and get this thing over with? Look, I'm worried about Melanie. I'd like to get home and take care of her.
Your wife was here a while ago.
What are you talking about?
Correct. She was here a while ago.
Angie was killed with this knife. Are you sure you've never seen this knife before?
No answer.
I don't know.
What about this cool gun? This delicious cocaine?
I don't know about things like this. I've got nothing to do with it.
This cool photo? Look at this photograph.
This is you, right? I showed this photograph to your wife. It's Maggie, Kevin, Gordon, and you, Mr. Hart. Your wife told me who Angie's father is.
What are you?
Angie's father is in this photograph.
Don't you? This is ridiculous. Angie's my daughter.
Do you have any idea why Angie was murdered? I presume she was killed because of your secret. Am I correct? Catherine visited you at your office. What did she talk to you about?
She,
What did she see you for?
It was...
And? Go on.
Mr. Hart, stop trying to fool us. We know you're Alan Black. Catherine White was investigating your forged birth certificate. What did you do 17 years ago? This is my assumption. But Angie's murder is related to what you did 17 years ago. Right?
I've had enough of this crap. I'm out of here.
The plot thickens.
I have a session in the evening.
God, the mic is just
Hurry up
picking
and
up
let me out of here.
all of her clothing. They did their best. What is this bird figurine?
This ornament was found in Angie's bag. I also found the same thing in your room.
A cool bird.
Can you explain why this pump was in your room?
It.
Good answer.
Angie was wearing this dress when she was killed.
Cool.
Angie was killed by this knife. Angie was in your room on that night. Did Angie visit you?
She's just not saying anything. Cool.
You've met Catherine before?
I didn't talk to her. I just saw her in the
God, the
office.
mic.
You said she came to bring back memories that shouldn't be remembered. What does that mean?
That's talking about the case from 17 years ago.
That's what Bryce told me.
Flashback.
Who is that? What's happened? Must be serious.
That woman came back to bring memories that I'd locked away.
What?
What?
Thought I'd erased everything.
What do you mean, Bryce?
So Bryce has a fake name also? Is that what's going on?
I'm telling you, Julia, if we search your room, we'll be able to find out right away if Angie was killed there.
Yeah? So what?
Did you do it?
Maybe. I was so annoyed when I found out she was scouted. I mean,
Is that a yes?
this little girl could jeopardize my position as top model, you know?
That's weird. You don't seem like you worry about your career so much. Why do you defend Bryce? Is it because of a former life you've kept hidden, just like Bryce? Stop wasting your time on such a worthless game. Don't give up on yourself. You could do better for yourself.
Don't talk like you know everything about me.
You're a slave to your former life, to your old dead boyfriend.
Into that
Why is
microphone that's touching all of your clothing at all times.
It was me. Who tipped the police about Steve? Steve wouldn't have been killed if I hadn't.
Don't blame yourself, Julia. You should be free from your memories.
I'm out of here.
Look, I'm under no obligation to stay here. I mean, let me leave now. If you want to talk further, contact my lawyers.
Come here, Mr. Rich.
What do you want?
Yeah. You want to smooch?
I can't let you go. What are you doing? Hey, cut it out.
He's got that thing on his
What's
hand.
going on?
Oh my god. He's got that mark.
Have you seen this photograph before? What a coincidence that the man in this photograph has a birthmark the same place you do. This man's name is Gordon Lewis.
Gordon?
Angie's father.
Oh my god.
Does this look familiar to you?
No. No fucking way.
You had models smuggling dope using ornaments like this.
That's what the bird figure was? The coat?
What's that fucking stuff?
Don't tell me you don't know, Mr. Rich. You're doing something crooked to support the financing of the BR company. Keeping your hands clean, you take advantage of people who are hard up. Michael Ebert was one of those people, right?
I don't know.
Doesn't know anything about the gun.
I don't know shit about that.
Yeah, maybe the knife.
Angie was killed with this knife. The same as used in the murders of Kevin Grady and Frank White 17
true.
years ago. Angie was killed when she was wearing these pumps. This one was found in Julia's room. You should know the reason why it was there.
It was,
Uh-huh.
I'm informed you saw Angie on the day she was murdered. It's been proven. Paige McShannon said she set up a meeting on Friday, too. Julia witnessed Catherine as she called on you at your firm.
well, it's,
Uh-huh.
Julia Fortis confessed about the night of the 8th. It was you who took Angie's body to the planetarium, right? You killed Angie, didn't you?
no.
And you killed Catherine, didn't you?
No fucking way I didn't do that. I'm through with you.
And I won't come back again. Anyway, we'll probably talk to him later. Cindy. There's certainly a web of lies going on here, which is interesting.
I've told you everything I know. What do you want from me?
I found out what brought Catherine to Chicago. The man who presumably killed your father is listed on this paper.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know anything? Okay.
The assailant stabbed Angie with this knife.
I don't know.
She doesn't know anything. Well, that was useless. Great.
Why didn't you tell me you'd met Angie? A woman with blonde
I
hair
suspect those
killed
were
Angie,
wrong options then.
but it wasn't Catherine. Catherine visited the people related to Angie, but it was another blonde woman wearing a coat, not Catherine. Catherine had no motive to kill Angie. There must be a person who had to or was motivated to kill Angie. Now, the question is, who was it? This person killed Angie to make some people feel sorry for what they had done in their former lives.
But she's not blonde.
This is my hope, that this person would appear to confess her sin before I have to go and get her.
Oh, alright, bye. I guess. Sure.
Can we hurry up and get this thing over with?
Mr. Hart, stop trying to fool us. We know you're Alan Black. Catherine White was investigating your forged birth certificate. What did you do 17 years ago? This is my assumption. But Angie's murder is related to what you did 17 years ago. Right?
I've had enough of this crap. I'm out of here.
Okay. Well, that wasn't helpful. Is there anything else I'm missing? Maybe I didn't present the right evidence? We never got that film developed, which is worrying me.
I have a session in the evening. Hurry up and let me out of here.
I'm telling you, Julia, if we search your room, we'll be able to find out right away if Angie was killed there.
Yeah? So what?
Did you do it?
Maybe. I was so annoyed when I found...
So we already got this dialogue. This is new, though.
You know, so many guys paid attention to my body. But none of them were ever serious about me. Or cared about me. JB, this is the first time someone's ever worried about me. I'm obligated so much to Paige and Bryce, you know? They helped me make a clean break from that damn life I was living. So, they're convinced there's no way I could ever betray them. But I can't take it anymore. I think I should tell you everything. Beauty Vogue isn't doing as good as it looks. Management ran it into a corner. I mean, we were in a deadlock. So, Paige asked Bryce to finance. Bryce agreed on one condition, which was, he demanded that Paige help him in his other business. Smuggling cocaine. Models were sent to South
Crack,
America
smack,
to do sessions and
angel dust?
brought back souvenirs, given to them by the local staff. You know, they never dreamed that cocaine was in the souvenirs. Paige pulled out the cocaine from the souvenirs and handed it to Bryce. Every time a new model was hired, it was their first assignment.
Oh, that's why Angie had one.
Take it with you if you like. You can have it. Look, Angie, you've got to realize how lucky you are. It's all up to you. It's not everybody who gets a big chance like this. You know what I mean? Now, the President Bryce Rich, he said that you have something very special that inspires him a lot. Now, Mr. Rich is a wonderful man. I'm sure that you'll make up your mind after you meet him. Oh, that reminds me. I've got to see him soon. Why don't you come with me, Angie? Really? All right, Angie, let's do it. This is for you. Something to remember me by. You'll love it.
I knew Paige had her eye on Angie. I mean, I knew it was almost time for her to start hunting for a new model to replace me. It was such an irony. It was the girl that gave me the flowers, you know?
God, the acting here is so good.
Bryce asked me to let the girl stay over at my room on the 8th. I didn't ask why. Because it wasn't unusual for him to poke model wannabes. And he never hesitated to ask me to do stuff like that.
Excuse me, but Mr. Rich told me to wait here.
Oh, it's you.
I'm gonna be a model.
Well, it's a lot harder than it looks. You're not interested in a higher education or what?
I want to be independent from my parents.
I see. Everybody has their motive.
Yeah.
Hello? It was
Hey,
my
Mom.
father,
1 second.
begging me for some money as usual. I went down to the back door to meet him, leaving Angie in the room. When I returned to the room later, the door was open. And that girl was lying there. She was dead. I didn't know what to do. I got a call from Bryce, and I told him what happened. He came by right away. He was shocked when he saw she was dead. And he just stood there. He couldn't move.
Because he was her father.
And then he started sobbing. I couldn't believe it. That man was crying.
That piece of shit was crying.
The man who looked like he had no tears in his body cried. I couldn't say anything to him. And then he muttered something.
That woman, she came back to open up a box of memories.
Oh.
I helped him carry her body to the car. Bryce took it to somewhere. I cleaned the blood stain on the carpet, but I couldn't get it off.
So did somebody dress up as Catherine to frame her?
And then I realized.
And then Bryce killed Catherine?
There was the red pump next to the bed. That's all I know. That's it.
That would maybe lean more towards
The
Sydney
next
then.
thing was that Detective
Wearing
Catherine was killed.
a
which
wig
led
or
you and
something.
Rose into the case. That's all I know.
Huh.
Look, I'm under no obligation to stay here. I mean, let me leave now. If you want to talk further, contact my lawyers.
Julia Ford has confessed about the night of the 8th. It was you who took Angie's body to the planetarium, right? You killed Angie, didn't you?
No.
And you killed Catherine, didn't you?
No fucking way I didn't do that. I'm through with you.
I don't think he killed Angie, but I think he probably killed Catherine, but then who would have framed Catherine is the question.
What do you want from me?
Catherine visited the people related to Angie, but it was another blonde woman wearing a coat, not Catherine. Catherine had no...
The language? There's a lot of swearing in this
There
game.
must be a person who had to, or was motivated
Hard...
to kill Angie.
Hard fricks.
Now, the question is, who was it?
And mother frickers.
This person killed Angie to
and
make some people
dookies.
feel sorry for what they had done in their former lives. This is my hope. That this person would appear to confess her sin before
Maybe even a
I
heck.
go and get her.
Okay, she just leaves.
Can we hurry up and get this thing over with?
Mr. Hart, stop trying to fool us. We know you're Alan Black.
We already heard that.
Angie was a victim of our former lives. You're right. My real name is Alan Black. And I killed the detective Frank White 17 years ago. Melanie was a friend of mine, and we called her Maggie back then. 17 years ago, me and Gordon and Kevin and Maggie, Kevin's sister, we were all, just street punks. We hung out together. I don't know, we were looking to make some money, some way to get off the streets, I don't know, Gordon hit on this windfall. His story was that he had smuggled in some cocaine into the country and sold it to the mob. It sounded like easy money, and well, we swallowed the whole story. And then, about that time, this middle-aged man showed up. That was Frank White.
Shit, that guy was a fucking cop, that bastard.
So what do you want to do about it?
Hey, it was you that took this guy to the mob. If anybody sniffs out that we brought a goddamn undercover cop, they're gonna rub us out, too.
What's wrong, guys?
Oh, God!
Oh, no. That pop
Gordon,
cap?
He asked the mob people to get rid of the dead body of Frank White. But that wasn't the end of it.
Maggie, what the hell happened?
Gordon shot Kevin with that cop's gun. I begged him to stop it. He was trying to split with the coke. God, he was stupid, but Gordon shot him. Oh my God, he killed my brother.
We gotta take this money and get the hell out of Chicago. Otherwise, we're gonna end up like Kevin.
And what do we do when we leave here? Play hide and seek with the cops for the rest of our lives?
No. We forget everything. We dump the past, make a new start.
I'm gonna make it. Come back to Chicago someday.
Gordon?
I left Chicago with Maggie, and we hit New York. We got some false birth certificates, and we were reborn, James and Melanie. Less than a year later, Angie was born. We lived in New York for a while, and finally we had to move back to Chicago because Maggie's mom got sick. And we had to take care of her, Oh, God, we were so scared. We were afraid somebody was gonna link us to the murders, But Chicago just let us live our new lives. And I started believing that, we could put all of this behind us and maybe start over again. I don't know, I had a new family. A wife, a beautiful baby girl. It was everything I wanted. But then I felt something inside of me just die. When I found out that Angie wasn't my real daughter. Melanie never told me a thing about it. But it occurred to me that, Angie's real father must have been Gordon. After that, Mel and I, we couldn't work it out. We never got along anymore. And whenever I would see Angie, I remembered everything that happened. It was like I had this sin, you know, just locked up inside of me.
That's why the neighbor was
Couldn't
saying that
forget.
they didn't spend time together anymore.
Oh, I tried not to let Angie notice, but she could see right through the lies.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
Why don't you just beat the shit out of me? Come on, hit me more. I know you hate me.
What are you saying? Don't you know I'm worried about you? My God, you've been acting crazy these past few days. Won't you please just listen to me?
No, you're a liar.
What are you talking about?
You hate me.
Angie, this is nonsense. How could you think that I hate you?
I can tell when I look in your eyes, okay? You hate me.
Angie? I couldn't say a word to her. And that day, the day Angie was killed, a woman appeared.
Catherine.
Oh, how can I help you?
Hello, Mr. James Hart?
Yes,
And your other name is?
What?
Alan Black, right?
Wait a minute, who are you? Don't, wait. She knew my former life, everything that happened 17 years ago. And she went and saw Melanie, too, not only me.
Yes. Can I help you with something?
Maggie? So now you're Maggie. Finally, I've got you. It's been a long way to come. I've been looking for you.
What? And then she just leaves? Okay.
That night, Angie didn't come home. And when I heard that a woman named Catherine White might have killed her, it struck me that, you know, that was the woman that came to see me. And I felt like Angie's death was like a punishment for what I'd done 17 years ago. Mr. Harold, the story that Angie was writing, it was like this mirror to her mind. It was about a girl who was killed by her father. She was suffering, knowing that her father had committed this crime in the past, and she tried to help him, but he killed her just to shut her up. There was no way Angie knew about the case, but I felt like she was reading my mind, you know. I was shocked reading it because it was my fault. What happened to Angie was my fault.
Oh my God, the acting in this. It's so good.
Look, I'm under no obligation to stay here. I mean, let me...
Julia Ford has confessed about the night of the 8th. It was you who took Angie's body to the planetarium, right? You killed Angie, didn't you?
So maybe now that...
And you killed Catherine, didn't you?
James,
no fucking way, I didn't do that.
Quote unquote, has confessed. We'll get more.
Yes. I took Angie's body to the planetarium. She said she liked the place. You know, I've never wondered about my way. I mean, never had any doubt about it. But with her, I mean, I couldn't be perfectly practical. I mean, there were feelings. Some kind of an attachment. I left those feelings there with the yellow rose.
You know, you are the perfect image for my company. Have you made up your mind?
Oh, so it wasn't a calling card.
I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe you came to the wrong person.
You've got star potential. It's gonna be okay. You are gonna be a big hit. Have you told your parents about this opportunity? It's okay. Paige will take care of everything. And I'm sure your parents won't mind having their daughter being a huge success.
Flowers are pretty.
Yellow roses. Reminds me of something. First girl I was in love with. I must be a little bit nervous. So, I don't even know your name.
Angie. Angie Hart.
Angie. It's a great name.
Hey, it's creepy when we know
Well,
that
let me sleep
he's her
on it,
dad.
please.
Creepier
I'll let
than
you know on
normal,
Monday.
I should say.
Monday. Okay. I'll pick you up at 5 o'clock. Where should we meet?
How about in front of the planetarium?
Planetarium.
Yeah.
They got hot
I've loved
dogs.
that place since I was little.
Heard about them
I used to
hot
love to look
dogs?
at the stars when I was a little kid, too. I've got this for you. I think it'll fit. I'd like to see you with this dress on the next time I see you.
Okay.
I mean, Angie was the perfect image for my new brand. I mean, she really inspired me a lot. I mean, and it felt like any inspiration that I had previously was lost. And I had the feeling that she could bring out my full potential. And I'd never felt that way before, you know? It was something. But I had no way of knowing that she was my daughter till that woman came to see me. Well, you don't have an appointment, but I would heartily invite a beauty like you into my office anytime. So why don't we get started?
Where are you from originally?
Connecticut.
Hartford, correct?
Look, if you already know all the answers to these questions, why don't we just skip to something more exciting?
Do you remember a man named Gordon Lewis?
Oh, come on. I don't know what you're talking about.
You took a trip to California in the summer of '76?
I don't remember.
Gordon Lewis was in California about the same time as you. Obituary column. Bryce Rich, 20 years old. According to this article, you were killed in a car accident in California in '77.
Huh.
Who are you?
Someone who knows who you really are. Your true name is Gordon Lewis.
Oh, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and I certainly don't know anything about any shit like that.
You think you have completely made up your new life, don't you? But you can't just dump your former life. You know what? You've got a daughter. Her name's Angie Hart, the child of yourself and Maggie.
I've made up my mind.
Great, Angie. I love it. So, what did your parents say?
This is my life. I'm the one who makes the decisions. They have no control over me. I don't want to go home. I don't want to live with them anymore.
I mean, I was supposed to cut off my former life, get what I wanted. I mean, I never thought that I would regret it. But when I saw Angie, what that woman said came back to haunt me. You just can't dump your former life.
Just stop! Please!
Put it back, Kevin. It belongs to all of us.
Stop, Kevin. I mean, please put it back.
Don't worry, Maggie. He doesn't have the nerve to shoot me. He's just chicken shit.
Oh no.
I mean, I did anything to survive. Nothing's ever bothered me as long as I got what I wanted. And I trusted nobody. I wanted to win my success at all costs. No matter who cursed me or who hated me or how badly anybody got hurt, I didn't care. Seeing Angie brought back memories that I thought I'd locked away. I mean, Angie was killed for doing nothing. She was a kid. So yeah, I brought her body to the planetarium in my car. My life is nothing but lies, corruption. I mean, my own daughter shed blood. My wrongdoing can't be amended. That woman, she came to tell me how sinful I was.
All right, Cindy.
What do you want from me?
Catherine visited the people related to Angie, but it was another blonde woman wearing a coat, not Catherine. Catherine had no motive to kill Angie. There must be a person who had to or was motivated to kill Angie. Now, the question is, who was it? This person killed Angie to make some people feel sorry for what they
So Cindy killed Angie for the murder of her father.
That this person would appear
and
to
then
confess her sins
James,
before I have to go.
aka Alan, killed Catherine for the perceived murder of Angie.
I don't have to put up with this.
That's got to be it.
Goodbye. Relax. You can tell me everything that's on your mind. Really, don't worry. You can count on me. I'm on your side. I've known Mr. Rivers for quite some time. He's mentioned you several times to me. So tell me, why do you think you weren't supposed to be born?
Because my mom and dad aren't happy because of me.
Why not?
Because I'm not his daughter.
Who says such things? Maybe you're the only one who thinks this.
Well, Mom told me that this is my real father.
Who were you raised by?
James Hart.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Catherine. What's up?
I did it. I traced this guy, Alan Black. I found him here in Chicago.
Alan Black?
A man who was arrested for swindling confessed that he'd been involved in forgery. This man has forged birth certificates for over 20 years. He kept a record of all his clients. Alan Black was listed in that record. Cindy, we'll be able to find out things about this man you've been looking for. Alan Black calls himself James Hart.
Okay, so she knew
James Hart?
Angie
Help me, Cindy.
from the
Jesus,
counseling.
Michael, what's going on?
Here, take this bag.
Tell me what's going on.
I fucked up. Someone's after me.
For what?
If I die, you go to the police with that bag. This man tried.
And then she lied about not seeing
That's
Michael.
not Bryce Rich. It's a fake. He's had plastic surgery. God, I'm stupid. I'm sorry if I've caused you problems. Forgive me. I'll call you.
Frank should have known better. It was stupid to do a sting operation by himself.
He was doing okay in the beginning, I guess. It looked like he was getting close to penetrating the mob.
He underrated those punks. They sniffed that I was a cop and they whacked her.
You mean those punks in the picture
Bingo. Danny Jenks is nothing but a dummy.
So she definitely knew everything.
Now we better call in Cindy. Homicide is for you. It's Cindy.
Cindy.
I've got to see you. Can you come here?
I'll be there. I'll be right back.
Hey, where you going? Hey, what about me? Ain't I going with you?
Stay here and be good.
What? Okay. Fuck. Switching disc. What? I guess we're switching back to disc 1. Interesting. Yes, we're switching back to disc 1. Okay. Sure. Alright, let's go back to disc 1, I guess. Load that save we just made. Yeah, multiple discs. We were on disc 2, so I guess we're going backwards for the ending. Interesting. Is that Cindy?
Catherine.
JB, you should have known better. Revenge is the stupidest thing you can do. Please, Cindy, you must listen to me.
Oh my god.
That's what Catherine said. I was only 12 years old when my father died. He was an old-fashioned man. I mean, a very poor speaker and a stubborn man. You know that kind of person? He thought about nothing but his job. He wouldn't mind staying away from us day in and day out for the sake of his investigations. He came home once in a while, but he didn't spend much time with us. But I liked him anyway. I still remember his big shoulders and his strong hands. I used to sit around with my mom and wait for him to come home after settling a case. I just couldn't believe it when he died. I mean, when they placed him in that coffin and buried him under the ground, I realized it was the goddamn reality. I couldn't stop crying. My mother told me what a respectful detective he was. She said, "Dad is our pride. We must always remember how much we love him." One month after his funeral, some newspaper made a comment that my father took his investigation too far.
So what you're saying is that your son was killed by the detective. Is that about right?
Yes, absolutely. That detective used my son for his investigation. He pressured him into smuggling drugs. My Kevin was such a good boy. He would never, ever get involved in such a nasty mess
My
as
sweet
this.
angel would
I'm telling
never
you, he
do
was a victim
cocaine
of this
drug
investigation,
trafficking.
and this detective put him up to committing the crime. He didn't give a damn what happened to Kevin. He was a bastard.
He was the last person that should have been described like that. The newspapers just jumped on it because it was somewhat scandalous. They leaned more towards Kevin's mother's point of view and criticized Frank's investigation. My father's boss was a wimp. He did nothing to clear my father's name because he was afraid he might be blamed too. At the same time, my mother was slowly losing her mind. She woke me up many times in the middle of the night saying she couldn't sleep. She also started saying odd things like, "Frank hasn't come home yet." I couldn't help but just cry, holding her there. She just couldn't take it anymore. Not just his death, but him being reproached across the nation. Several years after my father's case had been forgotten, she died. She had a severe nervous breakdown and killed herself.
was 17. Just like my father was killed, she stabbed herself in the chest with a knife. She left nothing for me but the frustration that we could never clear my father's disgrace and a blood-stained knife. After she died, I went to college, supported by Catherine's father. I wanted to help people who had problems that they couldn't handle on their own, just like my mother. There was no hope for myself. I couldn't just throw away the hate I had inside me. Cindy, how could you have done such a horrible thing? It's too stupid. Cindy, why?
2 of them.
I found the bloodstained knife and the cocaine in your room. You should have known better. Revenge is the stupidest thing you could have done. Cindy, you've got to listen to me. JB, you were right. I did it.
She didn't put up much of a struggle at all. She kind of just gave her the gun. Oh, okay. Sure. That's the end. We caught her. It was Cindy. JB, you were right. I did it. Cut the smooth jazz. Kind of an abrupt ending. But we got all the information. Honestly, pretty fucking good FMV game. Outside of the Sierra Deadman Walking bullshit. I'm surprised this is pretty obscure. Considering, like, the quality of this thing. Cool game. Lots of good drama. Great acting. Good camera work. Apparently the 5th in a series of JB Harold games. Of 5. So now I'm curious if the others are good. Huh. Not all of them are FMV Saturn games. This is actually a port of a laser-active Laserdisc game that came out on PlayStation and Saturn. The series goes back to DOS. So I don't know if the DOS games are also FMV, but... it's an old series. It was Japan only for most of the series. MSX, PC-98, and DOS was the original. 86. That one also had a Famicom release, apparently. Wild. Jake Hunter Mysteries. Yeah. Apparently this got a DS port, or at least one of the JB Harold games. I don't think this one did. One of the JB Harold games got a DS port in Japan. Fairly well-beloved noir mystery series. And there's the English translation patch, so that you can play this game without having to translate all the dialogue options. And our drunken jackass pal was like, hey, I'd love to do another case with you again, bro. Cool. That's JB Harold in Blue Chicago Blues, I guess. What a cool game. Huh. More people should know about this one.